Salute guys. Jibrumas to Maya. Jibrumas to Maya. Jibrumas to Maya. Back with another public service announcement. Back with another public service announcement. Gents, I hope you guys are feeling good this morning. Salute guys. Jibrumas to Maya. Back with another public service announcement. And here it is obviously the Mayors in the building and DJ Miles.
Mr. Mayo, what you say, my brother? You good?
Lekker having you here. Looking like a summertime fresh, huh?
Fresh. They must call me Klein Mayo when it comes to this.
When
When it comes to this, Klein Mayo.
Yeah, bro, Miles, listen here. I mean, we're gonna get straight into it. I mean, lots of people know you around the Cape Town circuit. I mean, you've been spinning tunes for a while now. You've made quite a name for yourself. I mean, I've seen you. Listen here, I don't know how many times I've seen your face on a lineup.
Yeah.
You've been deep in the streets. I say, what's that meme now? If your face is on
poster.
a poster, you're too deep in the streets for me. Now you're too deep in the streets for me. Listen, bro, what is just a little bit of background, bro? Like, I mean, when you got into the DJ thing and how it's been moving for you?
Yo, it's been, if I must be honest, I was looking at it the other day. 10 years this year.
10 years?
10 years in the industry.
Bro, man.
Like, I looked at it and it's,
yeah.
And it all started with a phone, cross DJ. That's where it started. You know, they say if your mommy buy you a laptop, then you become a DJ.
100%.
But for me, it was the phone. And that's where it started. I used to work at Clement Volkswagen at the time. And I was lamming there, playing around, doing whatever I needed to do, figure things out and whatever. And then from there, it went, it started COVID, I think 3 or 4 years later, COVID started.
Yes.
And then I did this lives on Facebook, doing live jams, because people obviously couldn't go to the club and stuff like that. So now we did the live jams on Facebook. And then from there, it started going club events. Once the clubs open, I never got stopped booking from there. From there, after that, boost, clubs, privates. And 10 years later, I'm sitting here today with the mayor himself.
Listen, I want to get a little bit into like the discussion of like what the clubs, how the club scene has changed, like over let's say the last 10 years. Let's say your early days being in clubs, and like what's it looking like now?
Yo, it's to be honest with you, I'm not quite old, but from the time that I've been in the clubs up until now, it's way different. Everything is different. Like the time I started out, I was known for the yard DJ.
Yes.
And if you look at the clubs today, R&B is the thing that is hitting the clubs these days. And thus far with producers like Tashrik, for instance, and Nino and stuff, the yard is coming back. So I always feel like there's a season for everything, and especially in the club industry as well. The craziness of the clubs is getting hectic, like the violence in clubs and stuff like that. It's not the same anymore. So
I mean, does these things happen?
it happens. It's one of the many reasons why I consider not doing club gigs anymore. I prefer doing lounge and privates. But the violence is getting hectic in clubs now. Like the scenery and the people around there, it's getting hectic now.
No, let's just set up for you someone that comes there, but you're obviously the DJ, you know. I mean, but you still feel like unsafe at certain times?
I do. I did an event. I will never forget this. I did an event at Grote Skeer. Though there's a hall behind Grote Skeer Hospital. So there was some coons in Bonteville. It was their fundraiser thing and whatever. And they asked me to play there. So I played there. I came in from a 21st. I did the 21st. I came in there. And we started playing. My friend, I was just done playing my last set. And my friend was like, look, I'm going to play. You're going to wait for me. I was like, okay, let me wait for you. Then we can drive together from here.
How long ago was this?
This was 5 years ago.
About 5 years ago.
Yeah. And I promise you, I was playing my last song. My friend got up, he played his first song, and I started hearing gunshots like ringing out in this hall. And when I looked over, because I could feel the heat and I heard it in my ear, that tsk, tsk, tsk.
Yes.
And I looked over and I saw the guy standing at the back and he was starting to shoot, like straight DJ way. So I'm looking behind me trying to figure out, like, is he a gangster behind me? What's going on?
Yes.
And he's just random firing. The crazy part is we start sitting down against the wall around the corner because they're still shooting. And there's a guy next to me and he tells me, bro, like I don't feel safe and whatever. There's a window on top of us. I'm going to trap this window out and then we spot from here.
Yes.
Anyway, he say he's going to do that. I tell him, okay, look, bro, do it and I'm going to go with you. The moment he trapped the window in, I told myself, nah, I'm like, just lamb still a bitchy.
Yes.
Because I don't know what's waiting on the outside. He just jumped out and they shot him. And I heard the shots going off, but nobody knew. The moment the police arrived and whatever, we went outside to give off our statements and we wanted to get into the car to leave.
Yes.
A police officer came and he's like, call the paramedics, there's another one laying here, brah. And I won't forget because this guy Tim's on. So I saw him what he had on because he kicked out the window.
Yes.
And we came there, the man was laying there himself, dead.
But now, I mean, what was I mean, you obviously don't know, but I mean, in retrospect, if you look at something like that happening, then what do you think was the motive? Like, I mean,
look here, the people that they shot, to be honest with you, like we found out after, is the people that came for. So this was enemies of this gang that came there. So this was enemies of them. And the two guys that they shot that night was two hitmans for the enemy gang. So they knew why they came there. even though there was like innocent people, scrums with a bullet.
Yes.
One boy, I didn't even know him who he is, got shot in the leg. But the guys that was killed was the guys that they basically came there for.
Okay.
So that was the retrospective of, okay, look, you guys are having fun
So
outside.
when this man told you to jump out the window with him, he was one of the people.
He was one of them. And the crazy part is I never looked at him in that sense because he was like a party lighty man.
Yes.
And then when that happened and everybody was speaking, they were like, no, but he was a hitman for the specific gang. I don't want to mention names and stuff.
Yes.
He was a hitman for the specific gang and whatever. So they came here for him actually. And that is
crazy.
where the crazy part actually started.
So now, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that obviously you got subjected to, and now you're now getting into clubs now, like say daytime, South Africa. I mean, Cape Town clubs and things like that. I mean, it's no secret that violence exists all the time. But I mean, as I always assume in my mind that people like promoters, DJs, artists are always somehow protected at these events, whether it's extra security, with stuff like that. So like, what in the event that there is no security to cover you per se, so you don't feel safe.
I don't. I had the similar experience about 2 months ago at this specific event. Up until that, I still do the event. I'm still part of the event and stuff because obviously protocol has changed. Yeah, protocols change of the event and it's a top event now these days and stuff like that. But I had the same experience there, for instance. Like we came there, it was a nice night. Like there was over 250 people in this venue and whatever. And I played a set and it was one of my best sets that I played because the crowd was going for it. And I felt at home and I felt like, okay, this is my people. So it went and whatever. And then randomly out of nowhere, people started stabbing each other with bottles and it was just craziness again. And I remembered why I decided not to do these type of events anymore. Because yes, I'm a DJ, I'm safe in a protocol. But anything happens, I'm a young colored lighty from a Nova Park. So automatically people assume, okay, look here, you're also part of this people, whether you're a DJ or whatever, something that you're doing right in life is making you cause to be a part of this. Like people obviously stereotype you on where you come from, how you look, how you dress, stuff like that. So at that point, I didn't feel safe. And I won't even lie to you, the moment I ran out, I got the one guy that stabbed this other guy in front and he looked at me and he voiced me, "Wosh, who like your number?" And I told him, "Bro, I'm a DJ, can't you say I have my laptop and stuff like that?" Thinking this is going to protect me like you're asking me. Because we're artists. And he told me, "Ik worry nie, could you land on your number, my stick you shuma," and whatever. And as he told me this, somebody pulled him from behind, telling him, "Yeah, lady, and brother to shook and whatever." And he turned around and he left. And I told myself, bro, like, whether you were artists in South Africa or Cape Town these days, like you're not even safe in places like this. Like I gave you guys entertainment for the whole night to enjoy yourself.
So you mean that's what they told you?
Like this was his words to me, and I looked at him and I was in utter shock because look here, I come from the ghetto and stuff like that. But things happen in moments like that, in the heat of the moment. I don't like that. Like I prefer to get away from it. I'm not gonna go towards it. I'm rather gonna get away from it. So at that moment, I was like, bro, like this is one of two things. It's either man, this guy's gonna go for it now here, or he's gonna stab me. One of the two, because I have nothing in mind. I have my laptop, I have my tech. I have to
play some tunes.
You get what I'm saying? Like I came to give you selected time, and here you coming for me. Where those guys that you actually stabbing here, you guys have beef with them. Like you guys have outside beef. You brought it inside. But I'm in part of the innocent party.
I mean, for someone like you, obviously knows how this thing goes. You know that thing about being guilty by association. It's like I think especially in the communities that we come from and the places we come from, it's like you go. Maybe someone happens to be your neighbor. Or maybe someone has to be a family friend or your auntie. Or maybe you just used to frequent this people's house, that people's house. Now you know the people, so when you see them, you say hi.
Exactly.
Or the guys are right, and you just go about your day. Not necessarily part of whatever operation.
Exactly.
And then when things like that kind of happen, I was like, yeah, but he's Miles some mensa. And then Miles goes, that's not my people. I just know. I know
like,
who they are. And I feel like lots of youngsters have to go through that kind of thing. Like even now today in their life. Like if you're in the wrong, if someone sees you speaking to people that they don't like, and then all of a sudden you with them because you know them, but like that's not your people either. So now then, how do we draw the line between it's not my people and I just know who they are?
You see, in the society that we live in today, it's very hard to do that, man.
Yes.
Like in the beginning, I feel like in the beginning it was easy because people knew who the enemy was or who the people is they're looking for. And that was the people that did them dirty, for instance. In these days and age, like they're not worried, like guilty by association.
Yes.
So you, that person, you with this person, you need to go as well because you affiliated with this person. So which means you know the ins and outs, whether you're just greeting that person or you maybe stopped and this guy, for instance, in my case, I'm a DJ. He stopped and he asked me, "Miles, hey, we have an event here and whatever. I am a DJ, it's my job. I can't decide who I want to play for and who I don't want to play for.
Yes.
So now I tell this guy, okay, look, yes, we can do whatever. But now the next person, like crazy part, I have experience in that as well.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it was the top leader of some gang's birthday party and whatever. But I never knew. That's the crazy part. I never knew he was. So somebody that does these events for him, the catering and stuff like that,
Okay.
talked to me. He's like, look, I need a DJ for this date and whatever, on a yacht party and whatever. Is it possible if you can do it? And I said, okay, no problem. I gave them a price, whatever. And I gave them a price that was hectic because it's a yacht. I was trying to avoid it.
Yes.
So I have fear of things like that. Like even a lift, I can't get into a lift.
Okay.
So those things happen and whatever. Then I was like, okay, look, I'm going to give them a wegzag price if I'm going to put it that way.
Yes.
And then they agreed. And I was like, look, who is this man that they're willing to pay this amount of money?
Yes.
They're hiring the yacht, whatever. But anyway, let's do it. The Saturday came of the event, I did it. But remember, I stay in the ghetto. So this party that I did, this is the enemy of the people that I'm staying in the area by. And I never knew that. Anyway, so I was on the yacht and whatever. The day was going on, starting to play. The people never came. The people arrived. And as they're coming on, I know we mustn't judge a book by its cover, but like the way they came on, I could already see, okay, this is the type of people whose party this is.
Yes.
And they have bodyguards and stuff, so that already says a lot. Anyway, they came onto the yacht. I knew a few people out of them and whatever. The day was going on. It was a nice day on the yacht. I had the best experience, one of the best events I did. I met a few people. People started making lives on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, and
So
whatever.
now obviously this gets out.
That
You
goes
know,
out.
You know, everyone else is watching. They're
It goes-
sharing the stuff.
sharing,
like,
even
comment.
it's
Yes.
going, like you know the algorithm of that
Yes.
stuff. So it's going and stuff and whatever. And obviously these days with TikTok being there, I feel like this is where gangsters has more easier access to the next person, like to the enemy.
Yes.
Because he posts these things all day, so they know where you are, what you're doing, who you're with, stuff like that.
Okay.
Anyway, not even 2 days later, I'm not even lying to you. And the same night, I'm on my way from Waterfront home. I get stopped in the middle of the road from these two guys, and they tell me, oh, so this is what you're busy doing. So I asked them, what are you guys speaking about? They're like, you stay here in our place. On New Year's Eve, you're busy playing here for us and whatever, but this is what you're doing on your thing. I was like, what do you mean? They take out their phone, they show me the live.
Yes.
And they're like, do you know who those people is? I told them, look here, at the end of the day, whoever they are, it's my job at the end of the day.
Yes.
It's like if you were a normal person going to work, and you maybe have to work by Absa Bank, for instance, and tomorrow you feel you done.
Everyone is capital.
You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So you can't like change that thing. And it's my job at the end of the day. And they were like, yeah, but this is what you do when you're giving this man select time and you're making their things and blah. So I'm okay, look, you know what? If you have a party again, I promise you that I'll give you 1.5 off from whatever my booking fee is.
Yes.
So that you can understand that it's my job. And I'm still gonna charge because I put food on my table, I made money.
yeah.
So the thing is, it's all good. It wasn't even 2 days later they came to me. They actually, after they smoked whatever they did, they realized what I actually told them. They're like, yo, weet je wat? Hy wat ons nou dag gesê het maak sin. 2 dae later, they come to me and they tell me that. And
But now that's what I'm saying. Though for me, the simple fact that creatives from the city or country have to go through these kind of things depending on where you're from. You know what I mean? Because that whole thing of like, as jou mense dis, jou mense das, I'm like, bro, this is your job.
Exactly
so
my point.
By that being said, you are going to be at every single person. The thing is, if you are not affiliated, then every single place is a working experience for you.
exactly my point.
But I mean, I guess that's how the dice goes in the city, man, bro.
And that's why I'm saying it's more crazier these days than what it was.
So now,
back
but
then.
I mean, so now here you are doing more privates, you know,
Yeah.
whether it's staff parties, whether it's private
Yeah.
functions or in things like that. Has that worked out better for you?
For me, to be honest with you, money-wise and experience-wise, it's worked out better for me. I've started engaging with companies that I could only dream of, basically, to start doing staff parties, for instance. Like, one of my biggest staff parties, people that every year that I have, is Capitec, for instance.
Okay.
So I have them every year. Then I have this charity organization, Sarki Bartman, for the kids and stuff like
Yes.
that. So
Is that the one out there just next to Mentorship side?
yes, there we go. So I have them also on my roster. So it's worked out better for me, engaging with different people, first of all. The experience of me meeting new people that is in higher classes of business-wise. And in the money as well. Like, I feel it's been 10 times better than
10 times
what the club experiences was. Yes, the club is still, it's there because it's a every weekend thing.
Every weekend.
But I choose not to resident at the club because that is obviously me tying myself up somewhere and not having time and space to do the things that I'm busy doing at the moment.
So, well, I mean, for someone that obviously has been in the class, I mean, we got to it was the grimy part that we spoke about.
Yeah.
But I mean, when it comes to things like, you know, the party, you know, males, females,
Yeah.
in the club. Like, I mean, I'm sure you must have seen something or have heard of some stories that, like, you don't necessarily have to
Yeah.
ask everything, but just like, you don't even have to say where. I'm just
Yeah.
going to ask you some of the stuff that you've maybe seen inside clubs that made you go like, yo, that's all kak, man.
Like, you know what is the funniest part, no? Like, I feel like every experience that I have in the club, I always have an experience where I'm like, yo, that's kak mal.
Yes.
Like, there's always something happening that makes me feel that way. So, for instance, I can use like a few examples, but one of the examples was one of the club owners that I actually know. He owned this club that I was playing at in whatever, and he's been begging me like for years to come play at this club, and I never actually really gave it the opportunity because I never trusted the club myself, to be honest with you. Obviously, with the violence that is going on there, I never.
Blindly.
Yeah.
I didn't trust it. Yes.
I didn't trust it and whatever. Then automatically, like, I just one day I was like, okay, let's just give it a try. Let's do whatever and whatever. I'll just be in and out. I ended up staying, obviously partying also there and whatever, because they gave me a mad experience. I felt like VIP specialist there.
Yes, je section.
Je section, alles is lekker. Pipe, alles is daar uitgesort. Alles is daar. So it was nice and whatever. And he was speaking to me the entire night, like whole time, like motivating me to get into more clubs and stuff like that. He's gonna help me out to where I need to be in the club industry and whatever and whatever. Which in my mind, I obviously told myself, okay, look, yeah, I like that. But at the same time, I know myself also where I am at in my life and whatever. And it was like an hour pause. He was in his section, whatever. I went to the toilet. I went to go pee. And I hear this person in the toilet busy like knocking, tapping the whole time in the toilet. And I'm like, what is going on here actually? And I go to the bar, to the hand basin, I wash my hands and I look in the mirror and I say, hey, but this must don't look like 2 legs here, man. This look like 4 legs here.
4 legs,
yeah.
huh?
And I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? But anyway, I need to get out of here because those look like 2 men legs, not woman legs.
What?
And I'm like, nah, but like, look here, this is hectic. I need to get out of here.
Okay.
And as I open the door, this brother come out. The owner of the club, he comes out. And this bouncer come out after him. And the crazy part is, was one of the DJs that I was playing with. And now I put 2 and 2 together, like, brah, like you told me about opportunities and stuff. And the way you're looking at me, then he calls me. I'm like, what? He's like, look here, don't you just want to come here and whatever? I'm just explaining to him something. Like, explaining? How are you explaining something?
Listen here, Miles.
How?
Listen here, Miles. Before we even go further than this, now, you don't think they're going to watch this and so you're talking about us?
Look here, at the end of the day, if the shoe fits, that's what I say. Like, I've played in many places before.
Yes.
And this was a place that I grew in, if I must be honest.
Okay.
And the owner himself, he knows that. And to the point where I actually sat him down and I made him aware of my boundaries and the type of person that I am and where I come from is when he understood. Because when this guy walked out of the toilet, the next thing he was telling me, like, I can give you endless opportunities. Come with me to the toilet. So I was like, like, we stand in the toilet, so you want to have a conversation, like, we can speak here.
Yes.
Why do you want to go into the cubicle? And he's like, nah, come. The same thing that I showed him and how I did it with him, I can do with you. Bro, and I walked out there.
Full on?
Full on. I walked out.
P. Daddy Nomas.
Bro, full on P. Daddy numbers. Like, when this whole P. Daddy thing came out, I was like, yo, bro, like, kak, man, I had like a similar experience to
Like
this,
this
man.
kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff happens right
Like,
now,
it
so-
happens.
Yeah.
And I walked out and I packed my stuff up and I left. And then the next Friday, I went back there to go party, actually, because it was my friend's birthday. And I got him. And I sat him down and I told him, bro, look, there's many things in this world that people can be. But I'm not one of that people, man.
Yes.
And opportunities can knock on anybody's door at any time of the day. So for me to decline that because of what I believe in and who I am, it's not going to take anything away from me.
Beautiful. You know
Like-
what? It's good that you say that. We had a conversation with somebody regarding they were like what lens would you go
Yeah.
for, like success or fame
Yeah.
or money or those kind of things. And look, I've been a very firm believer, and you know, I think even a poster child was saying that, no, if something doesn't sit right with myself, I don't care how good it is, I'll never do it. You know what I mean?
True.
And I think that also aligns with things like your faith. Like,
True.
would you believe in? I mean, do you believe in religion? Do you have a certain mindset about how you show up in the world?
Yeah.
And also like how something like that could mentally and physically make you feel or change
True.
you. Depending. Look, if that's your thing, then that's your thing. But
Yeah.
like, for someone that's not that way inclined, it's gonna be like, bruh, like I'm not ready to compromise my own morals and
Exactly.
ethics.
True.
For some extra gigs and some okro, and like I'm like, you know what, I'll be fine, bro. You
Yeah.
know what? Die Here sal 'n plan maak, but
Exactly.
I'm not going that route, you know what I mean? So then I asked you the question this, so if the opportunity came around, they were like, listen, Miles, bro, anything you want in this world, anything at all, but that's the avenue you to take. You still gonna say no?
I'm still going to say no. Up until today.
Yes.
That was 2 years ago. And I will still up until today say no. Because you know what I learned out of that lesson? And it's crazy. A week after I told him that, I became head resident DJ at TDV Entertainment with Ricky van die Frontline.
Yes.
And that was 2 weeks after that. So me, this is what I
God
always
works
tell
in
people.
mysterious
Yeah,
ways.
and I feel like your tongue is a weapon. Like if you claim things over your life to happen badly to you, it's always going to happen that way. But so why don't we use this tongue that is a weapon
claim
for good
goodness,
things? You get what I'm saying?
success, yes.
Success. So that is what I told him, and I stood firm in my belief that day. And 2 weeks later, Ricky messages me. Oh, I get him and you actually at the event.
Yes.
A week after that, at the Cooler Box party, you guys popped in there and whatever. And I was busy playing, and it was my event. And he asked me, whose event it is, man. You spoke about having future events and stuff like that.
events, yeah,
and
100%.
and he tells me, hey, next week, 2 weeks time, I'm having a show at Radisson Red and whatever for the whole weekend. I want you to come play for me that whole weekend. And I played there the whole weekend. And after that, up until today, wherever there's an event where Ricky is there, I'm there basically. I'm playing with him basically.
And what has it been like? I mean, with your journey with TDV, I mean, being part of him, like as a resident DJ with him at the different events. Because I know you did so many together. I mean, what was that like for you? The experience?
The experience, to be honest with you, was tops. Like, I've been on stages that I could only dream of before, like, for instance, Red Bull, Cape Town, stuff like that. So it's stuff that I always
Shy
dreamed
Moto.
about. Shy Moto, all of those things. It's things that I dreamed about. So the opportunity is always endless with TDV Entertainment. Like, I give him his due and I give his flowers for that. He always creates opportunities, no matter if it's for me or his dancers. He's always going to make an opportunity for people that is with him. So if you're with him, you grow with him. So shout out to you. I'm a friend for that, my brother. My respect and love for him. So it's been endless opportunities where he's concerned. And I would always cherish the moments that I have with him and where we go and the people we meet, the places that we go. And that is what it is.
And I mean, along the way, I mean, obviously, not just even with him, but just in general, who are some of the people that I mean that you were fortunate enough to like meet and like along the way?
Yeah.
that you-
So a lot of people, to be honest with you, and you one of them, like I'm not saying that just because I'm on your podcast and stuff like that, but not because of TDV Entertainment, but you and TDV Entertainment being at the same place, you and Ricky being at the same place. I met you. And the first radio show that I ever did in my life or played on the radio was at Bush Radio with you. And I'm here today because of opportunities that you granted me, for instance. Like, I'm not even worried. I'm not saying I'm not worried. Yes, I met a lot of people down the line. I met Youngster. I've met Muffin Man. I've met a lot of big names in the industry. I met Dalen Oliver the other day with you as well. So I feel like I grew in many ways, but I would always go back to where the most important is. Like, it's different for me to meet you, but it's a different thing for you to create the opportunity for me, basically. Get what I'm saying? So I can greet you today and we can meet each other, and that's going to be where it is, where it stops. But with you, for instance, it was different. Up until today, you giving me endless opportunities and stuff like that. And not because I'm on the podcast. I told myself the other day when we spoke about coming here and whatever, like, where I need to give your flowers for where that is concerned at the end of the day. Like, I won't even lie to you, the first day I played on Bush Radio, you gave my Instagram handle there, you gave my number, whatever. And I got like endless gigs from it. Like, I won't lie to you, that was the first time. And I got endless gigs. And it was also close to December time. Staff parties kicked in stuff. I was like, where is this people getting this stuff from? And I asked somebody at the event, and they're like, no, you want my show, whatever. We listen to it every day, whatever. And that is where I also want to say thank you to you. Also, like, I grew in that aspect.
You know, and that's the conversation I've been having with so many people. That even they interview me on like other people's podcasts and things like that, and they have this chat about, they're like, you know, Maya, what do you have to say about all those things? And I mean, there's a testimony right now. I just want to like, there's a person that's saying it from his own mouth. I mean, like, I've always wanted to help other people, because I always look at it. I always look at any of our mates, and I just like, oh, bro, you know what? Not even our mates, I just people in general. Like, I had the conversation last night with somebody. I was like, I support anyone wholeheartedly who wants to support himself. And if you believe in yourself now, then I believe in you as well. So I mean, when I came into radio, when I came into all the stuff for the first time, remember it was new for me. And I never thought the stuff was gonna be possible also. And then I was like, yo, how much other lighties out there could also would be happy to have their dreams fulfilled? And no matter what it is, whether you're a DJ, whether you're a presenter, whether you're an actor, whether you're a footballer, you have a dream. And if I can help anyone you get closer to their dream, then I've done my part.
That's so true. That's so true. Like, even look at, for instance, this podcast, for instance. I'm not saying that, but if you look at the people that you have on this podcast, it's people that has like a story to tell, for instance, and they have a name in the industry as well, into the world out there. Like, they have over 50K followers, they have over 20K followers and stuff like that. And I'm sitting today thinking, like, for the opportunity that you gave me to be here today, and I'm looking at myself and I tell myself, bro, like, you have 1,400 followers on Instagram, and this man wants you to be there to tell your story, not for himself or for anything else like that, but to make a change in your life. And that is where I say that I give you flowers for, growing, like, helping people grow, helping them to get closer to the dream, for instance.
And for you and for any person that's been on the podcast or anyone that I've ever come in contact with, and I think most people would know this, any single person that I've genuinely really just wanted people to flourish.
True.
Because, like, I mean, the thing about success is you need to understand that, I mean, success is different for everyone. You need to think yourself, I always say this, you think of yourself as the candle, right? So you take your candle and all the other candles that are unlit, you light them all along the way. And not saying it's going to happen, but I mean, the day your candle goes out, you will be able to light your candle on any one of them, because you know what? That's the kind of, and again, I'm going to tell you this also. I mean, you are one of the few people. One of the few people. I can't say all of them. I mean, no disrespect to anybody, but I've never ever wanted anything from the men, sir. Like in return, man.
True.
It was never like just like something simple as "we thank you, my."
Yeah.
For me, that's fine.
True.
But
True.
there's nothing that you could like possibly give me. There's no sum of money
True.
or section of your life. I don't
True.
want anything. I don't even want the rights. You don't even have to mention. You don't even have to mention my name ever again. But like on your like I've met people that do this, that on their way on the journey up, right? Then they forget all the people
That's so true.
that helped them. No?
So true.
And then you look to yourself. You're like, yo, you know what? Like, why do our people become like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, true.
like I give people the flowers all the time. The people
Always.
ask me, "Maya, would you want to say thank you?" I'm like, yo, bro, everyone. I want to shout out to my Tani, my Topi, my sisters.
Everybody.
Everyone at Bush Radio. Like there's certain individuals I name them all the time, and when I have the opportunity to give them the flowers, I say thank you.
Yeah.
You. Look, I would not be in this position for not people like you. And then you get people that like they just like, nah, ik heb het alleen gedaan. And then I'm like, yo. Wel een blind gedachte, man. Nee, that's the
True.
thing. I'm like, yo, dit is
True.
een blind gedachte. Ik wil nog wel iets geheerd van jou.
Yeah.
Maar au, als je kijkt,
Exactly my
was
point.
je zo niet
And
meer,
especially
bro,
where they find themselves in life after that. And then the one thing that I also wanted to mention was that I forgot actually about is that, you know what, now we in this industry, we have our working time and then we have our play time. Man.
Yes.
So I play in clubs and stuff like that, but I make time to where I would go out to a club to have a good night and not play and just be there. So Nova Street was one of those places where I always used to go to on the weekend. And I sat there one and I told myself, like, yo, I really want to play here. Like, I want to be, like, if you walk through Grand West, they have this poster in every place of Grand West.
Yes,
Of
all the
Nova
time.
Street. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I always want to play here and stuff like that. And then once again, I always said, like, I don't care if people feel like, you don't have to give that man so much recognition. You don't have to, whatever. Once again, it was a year of dreaming about it. I ended up playing at the Nova Street because of you again. Because your sister had the event there and she and her husband had the event and then you organized me to play there. And then I was like, how is this possible? Like I walked into Grand West and I see my photo. I was like, oh, brah, like this is something else. You know,
what telling me about this lineup and this person's
Yeah.
gonna be on and that person's gonna be on. And I went to one of the managers there. I was like, listen, your Miles is also playing.
yo, I was
So
like,
he says, my bro, Maya, what do you mean now? I says, yes, she's gonna jump on before Jules.
yeah.
She's playing tonight. And they were just like, yeah, but that's gonna mess up. Yeah, okay, Maya, it's fine. I'm like, Miles, go for it, boy.
Yo, like that
Yeah.
was like a dream come true for me moment, even like
but
that.
now-
Like,
But now you see, but again, this is not even just for you, just people in general.
Yeah.
In general, right? When you meet, and this is a second, just giving like flowers to people out there as well, even who are listening as well. When you meet genuine people, people that you consider genuine
True.
people,
True.
then your willingness to extend a helping hand becomes even
Easier.
easier. You know what I mean? It's
True.
not like, okay, I'm going to differentiate between two, but it's almost like, Mazia 90, man.
exactly.
So,
Yeah.
man, you
So
know what I mean?
would do what I
Like,
can
you
do.
know what
is
I mean? But
true.
now someone is like, oh, like some people also just want to leech off you.
Yeah, true.
They just
That's
wanna,
true.
they just wanna suck. Like not, but like I said, that's from all people in all walks of
Yeah.
life. Remember, that's not just in what we do.
Yeah, in
like
every-
maybe like someone just wanna skirt with his tan because he's tiny, but
Yeah, true.
someone's gonna
I
skirt
know he's
maybe
gonna
out with his
shoot so with
uncle. He's gonna go to the rich uncle's uncle bite the zak.
Yeah.
So you're gonna with this bra of yours because you know, yeah, with him it's always gonna be a lick.
Yeah.
Right. So now you think to yourself, nah, man, but now my bullshit detector is on 100,000.
Yeah.
Like imagine with all the thousands of interviews I've done and I've so many people I've met along the way.
You already know.
So now I'm like, okay, I'll check your vibe, but okay, yeah, I'm a bro. But that's what I tell them before the time. This is me telling myself, I'm like, yo, please don't let this one disappoint me also.
Yeah. Because you have personal experience.
I have
with it already.
with so many
Yeah.
people that have come and gone, and then it goes us people within industry like this kind of levels. I mean, know everyone. We connected with
Yeah,
everyone. We can
true.
connect you with everyone, and then you're like, you know what? And you must sit and you think to yourself, you know, I've done this before, no? And then I actually shot myself in the foot, or I put look now, I end up biting myself by doing this now because then. Later, they just act almost like, I didn't think about it, okay, but that's not the reason you're doing it. At the end of the day, then I started to stop worrying about that part because I thought to myself, you know what? Your reward is not with people, your reward is with the Almighty.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So
True.
if I'm a God-fearing person and I believe in God, Allah
True.
subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever you want to say, but as ek miskien vandag, hoe kan ek sê nou, 'n klip uit jou pas het rol man. Op 'n dag, you know, even if you don't, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my
Well,
God, He's gonna move something out of my way
definitely.
because I'm gonna make life easier for you
Exactly.
because, and then through that, you know what I mean. I always believe my my what's the name? My reward's never gonna come in this life.
True.
And
True.
I'm okay with it.
True. Because you know if you move on to the next, there is your reward is waiting
Is,
for
know
you.
what I mean, so I give thanks, but nah, bro, I appreciate it. It's been nice watching the journey, and I honestly, for you, every single person watching this, any youngster who has a dream, like I'm like, my bro, you have to start somewhere. Because I mean, if you look at your journey, man, like, I mean, you wouldn't have thought that would have get to where it is. Like, I mean, you don't dream of this kind of stuff happening. It just kind of happens organically.
It just happens.
So
Yeah.
for a young DJ or young producer or anyone who's doing what you're doing or wants to do what you're doing, or even if it's your peers,
Yeah.
like I mean, you're not talking from a point of I know better, but just from your
Yeah.
experiences. Is what do you tell a youngster who wants to get into what you do with this?
I will always tell them, and I have this one guy on my Instagram. He always messages me and he always tells me, "Yo, you're my role model," or "Yo, what can I do to become on that level where you're at?" And this is not just for him. If he's watching, you know who he is. But this is for every youngster, like you said now, the examples that you made. Just continue to work on your craft. Continue day by day working on your craft and what you believe your craft is, and then also try to be better than what you were the day before. Never try to be better than anybody else. Like, don't say, okay, Miles is that way, I want to be that way. So Miles is Tashrik de Villiers' DJ, I want to be Youngster's DJ.
Yes.
Just better yourself, be in competition with yourself, and continue to do what you are doing and working on your craft, basically.
100%. And listen, I mean, for you who's obviously been in the DJ industry and you've been in clubs, you've been at these places, do you think DJs are good to be in relationships with?
Yo, I was waiting for this question.
because I see there's so many memes about women dating DJs and stuff like that. So Nana, I found for my any jolted 4 o'clock. You know what I mean? But like that kind of thing, or like there's also an assumption that if you are a club DJ, if you are event DJ like that, it doesn't matter where you go. The prerequisite for that is that you're around drunk people.
You know what? No, it makes it so hard for, I don't know if for other DJs, but
Yeah.
it makes it so hard for us as DJs to get into a relationship, man. Like, you know, there comes a time in your life where you tell yourself, like, yo, bro, like, I just want this. And I'm going to work on this that I want. And because of the DJ industry and what other DJs does, it's always hard for a female to trust a guy. It's a DJ, for instance. So I've come to that point in my life, like, I've started partying when I was 12 years old. Before I became a DJ, I was a party animal, like 12 years old with my cousins. I was the youngest, going into clubs with him, doing stuff, doing crazy stuff. Girls, that girls, this girl, still age of 17, 18, still doing this mad stuff. So I'm at that age of my life where I'm done, man. Like, I've had my fair share with the stuff. Like, yes, I'm single now, so now I can still do what I want to.
Yes.
But if my eye is on somebody or I'm in a relationship with somebody or I know, look, there's a girl that I want and whatever, I feel like it became so much easier for me to just focus on that thing.
On just the-
Like, I go to the club, yeah, my phone maybe died, like, per normal, or I maybe coming late home and stuff like that. But that's the reason why I would always tell a girl that I start with, look, go with me to the club. The first night, so that when you're at home, you know what I'm busy doing. Because the same way when you're not there is the same way that I'm going to be when you are there. Maybe I'm going to be a bit more drunk, if I must put it that way, but I will still be me. Because if I have my eyes on you, like, yeah. But if I'm not having my eyes on anybody else, I'm okay to be out there, but not everybody has access to me, though.
Yes.
Because I learned a lot over the years, and I come with good reference as well to prove that I'm a club DJ, but the different one, basically.
So I mean, were there any arguments you had with previous partners,
Sure.
spouses, just very nice job, man.
A lot too much, bro. Like, you know what? No, I never imagined, and I still say it up and there. Like, I don't have fans. I have supporters.
Yes.
I have people that support me. That would come to this club, that club, wherever I'm playing the event, they will be there and stuff like that. So there was this one specific girl that used to come to all the events that I used to play.
like
at.
to- she
like,
liked- she
yeah, like, so I figured afterwards it's not just about my music anymore, because she'd message me randomly and stuff, and I was in a relationship
Are
at
you
that
gonna
time.
be here? Are you
Are you
gonna
where you this time, whatever? Where you going afterwards? Are you gonna drop your girlfriend at home and then come with me, us and whatever stuff like that? So I have a lot of them, but that specific one I knew.
Okay.
And then this day she came up to the stage and she's like, can we take a photo and whatever? And I was like, yeah, like, we can take a photo, no problem.
This is after seeing at so many events, like, okay, fine, we take this
Yeah,
photo.
finally now you come to me and you bold that courage to take a photo. And my girlfriend is standing and she's busy making a video of me playing or whatever. And we take a photo. And as we take the photo, she kissed me. And I look at her and I tell her, look, don't do that, man. And
Yeah,
my girlfriend looked
what
at
are you
me.
doing now?
What are you doing now? Like, you're causing unnecessary drama and I know where this is going to lead to.
Yes.
And she's like, no, but you know, man, you are cool and what. I was like, well, I know we're not cool. Like, I know we're
like that.
not cool like that. Like, I know that. And then bam, 1, 2, 3, bro. Like every weekend after that, it was, yeah, where you going to, who you going to play with. She's gonna be there, going wanting to kiss you. Like I've never heard the end of it.
Of that-
For my whole relationship with this person, I never heard the end of it. Whenever I played somewhere, I had to hear about it.
Your kids again.
She's again there. Soon via Izuko and whatever. So yeah, I had experience in that, but I always say, man, it boils down to you as a person, who you are.
Yes.
And what access you give to people, man. Like I don't give easily access to people. Like I'm a man, and I always said I'm a man, I'm a DJ, and people say, oh, DJs are red flags and stuff like that. But yo, bro, like I've been hurt by the opposite gender.
Yes.
So now I have it God where I don't give you access easily, man.
Okay.
So I choose who I speak to, who I operate with, or who I let into my circle or into my space, basically.
Yes.
So you will have a 3-month period of speaking time only.
Yes.
And then after that, we will do whatever we need
So
to.
you say this is
Aye, bro.
must come through with all their references, and
Yeah,
they must stay.
references,
They
CV.
must go through the window period first.
Alles, bro. Alles. That is how I operate now.
Okay, got
bro.
you. Listen, Miles, would you rather here quickly, man? Listen here. Would you rather give up your phone or only wear Crocs for the rest of your life?
Yo, wear Crocs for the rest of my life.
Crocs for the rest of your life. Okay. Would you rather clog the toilet on your first date or on the first day of a new job?
First, I have a new job.
So let's say for a gig. So you're going to a gig now. You're going to a liquor company. So everyone in the company is gonna know. Kijk, Miles, is gonna kaka achter.
Bro, to be honest with you, people know me like that. I cut anywhere I come. Mag weg. Iedere quarter paard. All day, every day.
Anxiety,
You
huh?
anxiety,
Anxiety,
bro.
kak.
Sometimes I have stage fright though. Like I can sit here now and my mag is working. Now I come the upstairs to the toilet. Now I didn't have stage fright. Now
You say, why that's coming? You should find poop yourself.
that's me, bro.
Okay. Would you rather have abnormally big toes or one abnormally big ear?
I think toes because I can hide it away still.
I'm talking about goiters, like so what to one. Like
I'm really, you know what? I make feet contact before I make eye contact. So ear probably.
ear.
Yeah.
So ear.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have a nose that never stops growing or ears that never stop growing?
I think a nose.
A nose.
A nose, yeah. A nose.
So you don't mind that one?
Yeah. So right instead of it.
Okay. So now we're gonna get into a little bit of the dirty ones here, right?
Yeah. The fact that you
Would you
love
rather
me,
first
guy.
sleep with someone on the first date or wait 6 months?
Yeah. Currently going through something like that. I think I'll wait 6 months, man.
You'll wait 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have unbelievable sex that lasts 10 minutes or average sex that lasts only 20 minutes? Do you get it?
I know what you mean. I'm gonna say the average one, the 20 minutes.
That's
I feel
fine.
like, yeah, 20 minutes, yeah.
Okay. Would you rather watch your...
Yo, Maya, don't go there. I know where this is going to for some reason. That's awkward. That is awkward. Yo.
Okay. Would you rather walk in on your mommy or let her walk in on you? Sarah, mom, so we love you, man. This is not about you. This is
Moms, I'm sorry about this, but I would rather let you walk in on me, man.
You rather let her walk in on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I feel I will deal with that.
Would you rather be very famous or very rich?
Very rich.
Very rich.
Very rich.
If you had all the money in the world, what is the first 3 things you're doing?
Buy me a house.
Yes?
Buy me my dream car.
Yes.
And invest, start a business.
Beautiful stuff. Sounds liquor to me. Would you rather be able to travel everywhere in the world for free or eat everywhere in the world for free?
Travel. I love food though, but like I feel like you can still eat while you're traveling, man.
Yes.
Where you're just gonna eat everywhere, you're not really experiencing the places. So I feel like traveling.
Top 3 countries you'd like to visit in your life?
Spain, America, and Saudi.
Saudi.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. Okay. I don't know about this one. Would you rather drink soup? No? Out of a farmer's well. So op 'n plaas.
Yo, I see.
So wel, so soep uit 'n ding waar hulle die water, no? Or drink soup from through a beggie sock.
I farm as well, definitely.
So why the farmer's well over the beggie sock?
Like I understand the hygiene of both, but I feel like the farmer's well is more hygienic than what the beggie sock could be. Because you must remember what a beggie washed when last. We don't know. We don't know. So nah.
Go and say so, maybe.
I'm just saying, like, sorry, Beck, if you're watching, but yeah, like I feel like
Listen, for people who don't know, there's the barrier don't exist. We're not talking about anyone.
yeah, like I'm generalizing on somebody that is not non-existent.
Yes, we must say
So-
that before the time. Like, I can't believe you say that.
But yeah, like
Okay, would you rather have the ability to change the past or see into the future?
change the past.
Change your past.
Yeah, change
One
the
thing you'd
past.
like to change in your past. Just one thing.
Not finishing my school.
You change that.
Yeah, I would change that. Like I went to college and stuff like that, but I feel like I would have done better with the mindset I have today. Finishing actually high school, I would have done that instead.
Beautiful stuff, my brother.
Definitely.
Would you rather find your passion? Like, do you think you found your passion already? Is music the passion? Is that
Yeah.
ultimate?
Yeah.
So, okay, then if you had to choose, you could only have one. You can either have your passion or you can have true love. So, you either have to give up any romantic partner, or any spouse, any life partner, or you have to give up DJ, and you can only choose one, and you're only gonna have that one.
I would give up DJing.
You give up the DJ.
I would. I actually would. Only reason why I would, because I feel like there's more to this after this, man. I feel like there's more to life after DJing. Like I'm not saying that I had the best times in the DJ industry, but I feel like there's a time when it will end, it will come to an end, and you need to think about your after plan after that. And I feel like I would give it up.
Okay. Would you rather know how the world began or how it will end?
How it will end.
You want to know how it will end?
I want to know how it will end.
It's everyone, huh?
Yeah, I would know. I always have a reason for saying things, man.
Hey?
I always have a reason for saying things.
So tell me why.
So the start of it, like we know where it came from. I know that already by now. We all know. We all have our different beliefs in it. We all religious wise or just normal general society. We know where it started. But I feel like the ending, like I would want to know, like what was the cause of the world ending, so that I know where I should place myself, basically.
Okay.
So traditionally wise or religious wise, if we know that maybe God, for instance, let the world in, He came to fetch all of us, I would know where I would want to be placed at this moment.
Okay.
And if it is Allah, we know where we would want to be or where we should find ourselves. So I feel like that is my reason.
That's
for
your
why.
reason.
Why? Yeah.
Very, very, very smart answer there, sir. Okay, would you rather be stuck on an island for all eternity, all on your own, or with someone that you really, really hate or dislike? I know hate is a strong word.
But
I don't
dislike.
know, like that's someone that like I won't even deny it.
All on my own, bro. Like I just saw somebody. Sorry, I know we mustn't do that, but I just envision somebody now. Like, yeah, so on my own. I'll be rather stuck on my own because even if I'm not on my own, I'm gonna end up being on my own.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna kill that person. Like I will kill them and I'll be alone.
You know why? You know why I say for me personally, why I say it's a strong word, no? Because I don't know. I think because of learning so many things along the way. Now I've learned to like not even forgive. I forgive people, not even for them, but for me.
You know what? No, I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were telling me that I need to stop letting people walk over me and then get in their way in that sense. So I have the exact same belief like you're saying. Like I forgive you for myself, man, not for anybody else. So say for instance, man, you are in agreement on something and you don't keep to your terms and stuff. It's like a small example, and you don't keep to your terms.
And I've been down that road.
Same, like I've been through that before, and I've been through it recently as well. And you don't keep to your agreement and stuff. At the end of the day, it makes me a loser, especially if it's in a big deal, for instance. It makes me a loser. It makes me lose out on time, first of all. It makes me lose out on what my end goal was, for instance. It makes me lose out on a lot of other opportunities that were supposed to lay ahead because of this agreement. And you feel the need to turn your back on me and whatever, and you request back certain things. And just this is like examples. Like I feel like I'm supposed to hate you at the moment because I'm losing opportunities here. I'm losing money. I'm losing time. I'm losing a lot of things. It is beneficial for my growth at the end of the day. I'm supposed to be mad at you and whatever. Yet today, if you must phone me. I'm just saying, if you must ever phone me now, whoever this person is, I'm making an example, and you call me, I would answer the phone.
Yes.
Because you know why? I forgave you for myself so that I can move on, so that I can have more opportunities by thinking better.
But think you better.
Instead of holding that on to me and not growing to where I actually needed to be. So I'm going to choose the other line of making an alternative way. But I forgave you for myself, not for you, for anything else. But that is where I would draw the line.
My king, man.
You get what I'm saying?
Now, so now, I mean, I think I would similarly echo that just in a different way. That like, I mean, they're saying that the saying is holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Being holding on to anger is like holding a hot coal but expecting someone else to burn. So I think to carry around hate for someone and for people. I can't do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, an eye is an eye. You know what I mean?
Simple.
I just disassociate. So, I mean, I'll see you when I see you, but I'm not angry at you.
True.
You know what I mean? And I'm also not gonna go tell everyone, yeah, this man was
Same.
I'm not gonna,
Same.
that I mean, what am I gonna put more malice and more evil into?
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna go about my things. It sound like I've been in conversations with people in the time. Yeah, you're gonna do this for this person, but maybe this person did pull a dirty with
Yeah.
business and stuff. Like exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Like we came to a terms and conditions. You decided that this is what you are gonna pay. That's what we were gonna do. This is what you wanted. Randomly out of nowhere, you turn around and you go against your own word. Now it leaves me to be like, yo, bro.
Like really.
The normal human thing was like, yo.
Yeah.
Then you second go, what is that my name, bro? Like,
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because the thing is, that's not what you would do as a person. That's not-
Exactly. You wouldn't want to do that to the next person because you know obviously what it's gonna do to you.
I think integrity is very important for people in general, and this is for everyone even watching this. Integrity goes on about if you're gonna say something, then stand by it and do it. You know what I mean?
True.
Like to have integrity is to stand on your word and actually do what you said. If
True.
I tell you, Miles, I'll be at your house tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
You're there. At 10
If I'm not there at 10 o'clock, obviously sometimes things happen
Yeah.
like that, but I mean, I'm going to do my utmost best to be there at
Be at
10 and
10.
I'll be there at 10. I'm like, this because I'm a person that has integrity.
Word is your honor.
Your word is your honor.
Word is
You know what I
your
mean? But I mean, anyways, that being said, so you say you're gonna rather be on that island alone.
Now I'd rather be alone there, really.
Okay, so listen here. I mean, what is your life's greatest goal? What is it that you'd like to achieve in this life? Like ultimately, like if you could like envision who Miles is or who future Miles should be, what does he look like to you?
Are you speaking about DJ Miles now, Miles?
I'm talking about you as in general as a person.
I feel like my biggest goal at this moment is, like if I must look at it, is to give my kids, even though I don't have any kids yet, a better version as a parent than what my parents was to me. Like my parents was the best. My mom is the best.
Yes.
My dad, my stepdad, it's my dad. They've been the best to me. But I feel like there were certain things that I lacked as a child, for instance, in my sake, that maybe I'm getting now that I didn't get as a child is what I want for my kids. Like money is not everything, but at the end of the day, we're living in a world where everything is expensive and stuff like that. Like I would want to achieve to freely give, not just to my kids, but to the world itself as well. Like give back to people, give back to the community. So I'm currently busy running something in a Novo Park where I'm from and stuff like that, where I'm doing this street festivals with the kids and stuff, because they've always seen me out in different areas doing this thing, but I'm not doing it in my own community. And there just came a day, one Saturday, where I packed my stuff up and I started playing with it. And I told myself, like, yo, I just felt like I needed to have at least a 3,000 rand now in my pocket to buy this kids like food also and stuff like that. And now I questioned myself, I was like, yo, are you actually sober? But like, I didn't know you sober, but I'm Miles. Like, is this who you are? So I feel like that's my end goal. Like, I just want to give back. Firstly, to the community of where I come from, and then just to give my kids one day a better life than what I had, basically.
Nah, beautiful.
So,
Amen,
yeah.
brother. I pray that happens for you. I pray that happens for you.
Yo,
Look,
thank
Miles,
you,
I think
man.
we got through most of it.
Yeah.
I think, is there anything else that you want to share with me before we're going to be jumping out of here?
Nah, I'm good. I gave them the motivation. Once again, and I'm gonna say it again. Thank you for the opportunity
You're
for
welcome,
having
my
me here. Sometimes our stories motivates somebody else that's listening or watching and stuff like that. And I feel like we never know the reasoning for why things happen, but we will find out afterwards. And I feel like that is just a blessing in disguise. So thank you for the opportunity for having me here, making me express myself. Like I'm a very introvert person, but yeah, like
Those are some good things, my bro.
Yeah.
Final question before we go. Threesome with two of your exes or never be able to have sex again?
yo.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
I just, and I hope you guys are feeling good this morning.